I'm Paul Kay, this is Films to See Before You Die, and tonight we go upriver and out of our minds with Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now. Beauty and horror, the ultimate bedfellows. Apocalypse Now is essentially a war poem, as chaotic at its heart as we and the universe we inhabit, enabling its flaws to become just as powerful as its achievements. So astounding is this movie and the conditions and duress it was made under that its making of documentary, appropriately titled Hearts of Darkness, was to all intents and purposes Apocalypse Now 2, and proved to be just as gripping, if not more so, than the film it was actually documenting. Apocalypse Now was embarked upon and created amidst an orgy of human consumption, ego, and vulgar disregard for the sanctity of life. Perfect conditions then to provide cinema and ourselves with a real mirror, mirror on the wall experience. Martin Sheen's Willard, the man on the mission, becomes our conscience. Robert Duvall's strutting macho madman Kilgore, our fantasy. And Marlon Brando's shadowy Kurtz, our deepest, darkest fears. Mortality is abject. Not only did Sheen survive a heart attack during the making of this film, he also experienced a drug-induced breakdown on his 30th birthday, which went on to provide Coppola with his perfect opening sequence. If a director is to get anywhere near escaping the celluloid cliches of war, Francis Ford Coppola will tell you that he's got to conduct proceedings right at the heart of the very madness he's trying to recreate. He chooses to napalm rainforests to demonstrate the devastating ecological effects of combat, then echoes our vulgar indifference to third world suffering by flying in top French chefs to lavish rich foods on his own gut to soothe his tortured soul. You gotta love him for that. There isn't just blood, sweat and tears to be found on the floor of this movie, but fingernails, cocks and corpses. This is filmmaking at its pure, dark and brutal best, while simultaneously being at its most confused. The critics at the time of its release in 1979 weren't too taken with it, but that's no real surprise. The embodiment of man's lonely nightmare on Earth has got to be one of the more awkward subjects for a critic to tackle on his own, late at night. As a viewer, when you watch Willard's glazed eyes cast themselves from his boat on the Mekong, you feel like a tourist taking in the most terrifying theme ride of them all. I'd advise you to go easy on the acid nachos, stick both arms up in the air and allow your head to be turned inside out. What on earth has Brando's greased and bloated Kurtz discovered down there deep in the jungle? How can it conceivably be anything other than horror when we call upon our bestial side to sort out our little cultural differences? It's Saigon, it's shit, and it's available right now at a war zone near you.